How's it going, guys? Welcome back to another video. My name is Eric and this is my garage. Now in today's video I wanted to show you guys how to replace the O-ring for the oil cooler on this 2003 Infiniti G35. So what I have right here is the oil cooler seal, so we're gonna go ahead and get right into it. On my 2003 Infiniti G35, the oil is coming out of the oil cooler, so we're gonna go ahead and replace it by installing a new seal for it. Now this process is gonna be the same for the VQ35DE engines. They should all be the same, so if you have a Nissan Maxima, a Nissan Altima, a Nissan 350Z, or a G35 with a 3.5 VQ, this information will be useful for you guys, so go ahead and stay tuned. I'm actually in the middle of replacing the radiator on this 2003 Infiniti G35, so I did go ahead and jump ahead. But basically what you want to do is remove this splash guard that is underneath the vehicle. You also want to go ahead and jack it up so that you have better clearance when you guys are removing the seal. So let's just go ahead and go underneath so that I can show you guys what needs to be done. So as you guys can see right here, we have our oil filter, our oil cooler line. And then this is right here, the oil cooler housing. So the seal sits right behind here. So we first have to drain our fluid and remove our filter. I just recently did the oil change like 2 days ago, so I'm just gonna try to remove the oil filter. If too much liquid comes out, then I'll just drain it again, but for now I'm just gonna remove the filter. But before I do that, let me go ahead and show you guys where it's leaking so that you guys can get a better understanding of how this leak is going to look. As you guys can see, it's leaking from right here, so the only seal that's on this side is that oil cooler seal. So we're gonna go ahead and remove the filter, and then we're gonna go ahead and remove the seal out of the way. The oil is pretty dark. That's because whoever owned this vehicle before me wasn't keeping up with the regular oil changes. So the oil that's remaining in the engine is pretty dirty. So we'll probably change it out in a few weeks just to make sure that everything gets drained out properly. So we're gonna go ahead and let this drain, and then we'll go ahead and remove the oil cooler right here. Now that it's pretty much stopped draining, we're gonna go ahead and remove this fastener right here. This is going to be a 22 millimeter. And it's not on there very tight, so just a little bit and then should come off. So this is the fastener that you need to remove. Pretty big. This is actually what connects your oil filter to the engine. So we're gonna go ahead and clean this off, and then we'll go ahead and remove our seal. For the oil cooler, you don't actually, well, there goes our seal. You don't actually need to remove these lines because the seal goes behind there, so we'll just wiggle this out of the way. So on the left is the old seal, on the right is the replacement. This is a Felpro seal. I could have gone OEM, but I just kind of needed to get the vehicle fixed right now, and I had to order the seal. So this is the part number for this particular seal. Go ahead and look in the description for the Nissan part number so that you guys can get the Nissan seal. So looking at this seal, it's still very pliable, so I'm not sure why it's leaking. Maybe it's just not the right seal. This looks a lot thicker, so we'll go ahead and put this on and see if it stops leaking. Before we install the seal, we're going to go ahead and clean down the surfaces. So I'm just going to get a little rag here. Just wipe everything down. This is the back side here of the filter assembly. Or oil cooler, whatever you want to call it. So that looks pretty dirty, so we'll go ahead and clean that as well. Now that we have our mating surfaces clean, we're going to go ahead and install the new seal. Go ahead and apply some oil to the seal so that you don't put it on dry. I'm using the old oil that I had on the vehicle. What you guys are seeing right here is the backside of the oil cooler. If you guys take a closer look, there is a small lip where the oil seal will be placed in there. So just go ahead and line everything up, just like so, and then you can turn this around and put it into place. Go ahead and install the fastener that you removed, and you also want to go ahead and torque this down as well. This fastener gets torqued down to 36 foot-pounds, but we're going to do 35. The last thing we're going to do is install our oil filter and top off the oil that you lost when you removed your oil filter. So we're going to go ahead and turn on the vehicle and see if this fixed our oil leak. As you guys saw, the oil is no longer leaking out of the oil cooler, so I'm pretty happy with that. This was a $5 part that I installed, and I saved a lot of money by doing this myself. So I hope that this video was helpful, and if you guys did find it helpful, please make sure to give it a thumbs up and share with your friends. Also, if you guys are not subscribed to the channel, consider subscribing for more videos like this. I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace out.